Hi, it's Wendy. Welcome to Spain. Cara Brandon Creations has got 3 new kits out, but they're 3 in 1. So it's the Mystic collection, and the main kit is this one. Mystic Jewels, and this is the full kit with all the ephemera and the pages and pockets, etc. And Cara will do a full flip through on her channel, so I've printed them all out. And then there's the add-on kits, beautiful vibrant papers, colours, and then the add-on kits are Mystic Steampunk, which I must admit I don't really do steampunk. So that's that first kit. Now this is the steampunk. There's 4 or 5 pages of this one, ephemera, and that's like a folio card. And the cutting out pieces, which I love the way she's done these, is got a border round, so you can either include the border or cut as close to the image as you want. And I cut some out last night. I've just kept these in order. So this is steampunk, and I've cut these out just as close to the image as I can. Cut the black line off. So that's some of those. I'm trying to keep the labels with them. And there's like journal cards. And then the next one is Mystic Witches. Now these are images of obviously witches, but they're like sort of portrait. They're very beautiful witches, I must admit. So then there's smaller ones as well. And we're just having problems with our electric this morning, and the power keeps going off, so the printer keeps rebooting itself. That's what you might be able to hear in the background. And there's more images there. So I'm going to go off and finish cutting all these out, and then I think I'm going to make a smaller folio with some of these. I won't use them all, definitely, and I shall have a think and then be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. I've done all my cutting out and preparation, and everything is in this little file ready to use. Now what I have done is made a flip envelope or stacked envelope, but I've put it in a little folio. So let me just clear the decks a wee bit. Excuse me, I'm a bit husky today. Right, so this is what I've made, and I'm going to make one with you. A little flip, and it opens out. It's got a pocket there. I can't get it all on the camera. It's got a little pocket there, a little notebook, not very fat because I want this flat enough to go either into a belly band. Now this is the stacked envelope. So you've got an envelope here, and I've put some ephemera in. This is from the Witches kit. Then that goes up, and there's some more ephemera in that envelope. Then that folds up, and there's some more in that one. And that folds up, and there's some more in that one. So there's 4 envelopes, and they all stack on top of one another. And then I've done another little envelope with a see-through front, and I've just stuck a couple of pieces of ephemera journal cards in there, and so that you can see through there, and that just pops under that little belly band. So that's one side, and this is the other side. So I think, and it's quite flat once it's all folded together and tied up. It's fairly, it's not too fat, so that's quite nice. I'm With the rest of the papers that I've got left, I'm going to make a journal, which I'll come back and show you or do it with you next time. So I have a lot of these pieces of card. I bought them from the craft shop and they are 10 centimetres and I think it's about A1 size. Let's just see, that's 40, about 64 centimetres roughly long. They're just off cut, somebody was cutting the great big pieces of card. So what I need to do, I've already inked around the edge and I'm just going to bring my old scoreboard in, and I've scored at 14 centimetres and I've folded, and I'm going to score the next one at 15 and fold that one in and score at 16 and fold that one, and then just do the last score so that that will fold right over to form the closure. So that's what we end up with. And then I have got my papers ready, but first I'm just going to round these corners, and I'll use the medium one. I'll just quickly ink that on. Now I've already cut my papers just to save time, so I've done 2 pieces at excuse me, 9.5 by 16 centimetres, so that's the biggest fold there. In fact, that's just slightly too long, so I'll just trim a wee bit off there. So that will go there. Deciding which ones to glue where. I tend to go for a pattern piece or a brighter one, then a more subtle one, then a brighter one and a more subtle one. So I'm just going to quickly go and glue those on. Won't be a minute. Okay, I've glued all the papers on except the very end piece. I've done the outside and I've got this other one ready, but I just want to get my little closure ready, which is a brad and 2 punch circles. I think these are about 1/2 inch circles, and I glued 2 together just to give it a little bit of strength, and then punch a hole in, make sure the glue's spread all over, punch a hole in with my little pokey tool. I want it thick enough to go get the brad through. Then I'm going to make a hole in this. Just everything's blowing about because I've got the fan going at the side of me. And I'm going to put the brad through the circle and then through. I didn't do it this way on the one I've already made, and I stuck, what did I stick over to hide the brad legs? Yeah, I stuck a piece of an embellishment over the brad legs, so I thought I'd open it up before I stuck the last piece of paper on, and then that will hide the legs and it's not going to get caught on anything. Like so. If it sticks up too much, I can, well, I'll probably put a embellishment over anyway, or a piece of ephemera rather. Right, I'll just leave that to set, and in the meantime I've got my needle ready to sew in the little paper pad. I've only got, I think it's 5 pieces of paper. These are just out of an A5 pad, and I just cut them down just to sit in I'm going to sew it onto that one, and it's quite easy to sew this one because it's only a few pieces of paper. So let me just get my pokey tool, 3-hole pamphlet stitch, put my needle through one, everything's blowing around, put that one through there and poke the other hole while the needle's still in, nice and easy with it being so thin. Pull the hanging thread down and up through there. Make sure the needle goes on one leg or piece each side of the thread in the middle, and then just tie that in a knot. I'm not doing anything fancy with this, just a quick knot, and trim that off. I don't want any more bulk than is necessary inside. So that's your little paper pad in. Now next I'm going to do the stacking envelopes, so that's going to be the front. Let's just find a thread to tie around. I've got some of this, the same as I used to stitch the paper pad in, and all I do is tie that in a knot round the brad, like so, and then just make it long enough. I only did one round the other one, I'll do 2 round this one with a tail to wrap around, just like that. Okay, right, let's do the envelopes. I'll just put that to one side. I've done 3 already. Now on my envelope punch board you've got different sizes. So I measured up that I wanted the envelopes to fit, stack on here on this piece. So I've done one's a little bit wider, and that's the smallest. So I'm doing the next size. This piece of paper is 7 1/8 inches, which is going to give me an envelope 3 by 6.5. Now if you haven't got one of these punch boards, they're absolutely great. I love mine. So for this 7 1/8 paper will give me a 3 by 5.5 inch envelope, and my first score line is at 2 3/4, so that you punch and score. Then just turn your paper round so that your score line lines up with this blue notch. A bit hard to see on patterned paper, but I can just about see it. And you just keep turning it like that to your last punch. And you can punch the ends just to round your corners. Those are my other envelopes. In fact, I've not done it on those, but it's going to be glued down anyway. So then you just fold on your score lines, like so, and then I fold mine down this way, and then I'm going to fold back and glue it, so that just gives you a little bit of strength where things are going to be in and out of the envelope. Let's have a look, like that. Then fold those in and put some glue down the edges. Nice easy way to make an envelope, and I'm glad I invested in that piece of kit. It's used an awful lot. So that's your envelope. Get rid of those bits. Just put that ruler there to hold my paper down. So I'll just show you how I glue these in. A full tutorial on these stacking envelopes is from Natasha at Treasure Books, so I'll link her video below, but I have done these before for a swap. Let me just ink round this one. I do like things inked. Some people don't, but I do. In fact, I don't really know why I'm doing that side, because it's going to be glued down. So I'll just show you how they glue down. So I put mine on a slight angle, but you've got to be aware of where it's going to fold up. So, and this one is glued all the way down. Like so. Like I say, be wary of where your folds are. And they will stick out top and bottom, but I'm fine with that. Now you get your next size. Yes, that one. And you're only going to glue it on the flap, but you've got to be aware that you don't want this corner to extend over this fold, because when you open it, it's going to fold. So if you have it sticking over there, you're going to bend that piece. So you can have it there. So I'm just being aware of where I need to put glue. Right to the flap edge. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue just on that top and the rest of the glue on the bottom piece. And like I said, be aware of where this corner is, doesn't extend over the top of the fold. So when that lifts up, it'll just go back without any hindrance at all. Then you get your next size and stack it a wee bit on the wonk, as I would say. So I'm going to glue along there and then just glue on this top corner to make sure it, yeah, like so. Then you can get into each envelope. Okay, if you find you've missed, you need a little bit of glue, just pop it underneath. And then your final one. Now on this one, it's extending more at the bottom. On my sample piece, I had it extending a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to put glue on that corner and along there. You can always put bits of glue where you need to after. There. Again, don't extend above that fold. So when you open that, you can get in that one, you can get in that one, and the bottom one. So that is that, like that. And that will go either into a belly band or a pocket. The only other thing I haven't done on here is put any more pockets in. So I'm just going to see if I've got some pieces of paper that will do for pocket. That piece would do. And I'm just going to fold, to give it a bit of strength on the pocket, fold that little piece down. It's going to be hidden, so it doesn't matter. And then that will be the edge of the pocket. And I'll glue that down and then just size it up. So like that. And decide where that's going for a pocket. So I don't really want to hide these nice pieces of print up. I could put one on there like that. And I'm going to cut, about 1/4 of an inch off there, just so that it fits. Then we'll ink it up. And then glue that across there, just on 3 sides. Obviously it's a pocket. Like so. Yeah, you can put pockets on every piece, but remember, if you want it to slide into a belly band, you don't want to make it too fat. And then let's find a couple of bits of ephemera to stick in there. That's another piece. Probably won't keep this as it is. I want something a wee bit smaller than that, but just to show you what I've done. Put the glue out the way. So let's just fold that up and fasten. Oops, excuse that. There we go. So it's not too fat, and that's a nice addition to a journal, and you can decorate the front up as much or as little as you want. And again, you've got your little bit of writing space there. You've got place to put lots of ephemera, again not too bulky. So I put pictures on the envelopes inside this one. Let me just show you. Not that one. On there, see, and there, and on that one. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's turned out very well. You can decorate as much or as little as you want. I like to leave some of the decorating to whoever buys the journal, and then they can decorate it to their own delight. So I need to put a little closure on there, and that's fine. So thanks for joining me today, and I shall see you all next time. Bye.